Tired of waiting in lines? This is the hack for you. Today, we're gonna go over all things about the Universal mobile app to help decrease the amount of time you're standing in lines and increase the amount of fun you're going to have.
First things first, what is the Universal Orlando app? It's a mobile app free for download that you can find on both iPhones and Androids. It's designed to save you time as well as help keep you organized during your Universal Orlando adventures.
Once you've downloaded the mobile app, which we both have on our phone, the next question is, what does that app do? Once you've downloaded it, created a username, created your own password, you're going to be able to dive into all things Universal. The first piece that you're probably gonna notice is that it has an interactive map. If you've never been to Universal before, that map is so helpful to be able to know what does the park look like, where are the different food spots, where are the rides, where are the shows. It breaks everything down. Now, the map gets a little overwhelming at first, so we highly recommend that you download the app ahead of time and explore. Find out where you're going in Universal Studios. Find out where is Volcano Bay. Explore what the parks have to offer in the app so you know when you get to the parks for your first time where you're generally going as you navigate in person there.
You can also use the filter capabilities in the app itself to narrow down your search criteria, whether you're looking for roller coasters, shows, or restaurants.
There's so many filters, and it's really helpful to help give you a better idea of what you're really looking for. I know there are times where I'm trying to find stuff on the app in the parks and I'm like, I don't care about Volcano Bay right now. I just need to know when the showtime is. Another big piece of the app is it provides real-time wait times. So if you're wondering, what's the wait time to get on Rip Ride Rockit? Or what's the wait time so I can go ride Kong? Or more importantly, what's the wait time so Ben and I can go jump on Stormforce? It provides that information to you. That way, you're not wandering around the parks, hoping that a ride is a certain wait time or less. You will know ahead of time before you do a trek from Stormforce all the way to the back of the park to Hagrid's, right? Like, I don't wanna walk that far to find out Hagrid's is a 2-hour wait. I know, it probably is. But like, I would rather go and ride something else and not have to wait as long, be able to utilize the time I have in the parks as best as possible.
Virtual line passes are another aspect to the Universal Orlando app. They don't use them nearly as readily as they used to do during COVID, but they still use them for popular things like the Grinch meet and greet and riding the Mardi Gras floats. So be sure to check to see if any of those shows or attractions are utilizing a virtual line pass during your Universal Orlando adventure.
One key thing to note for the virtual line when it comes to meeting the Grinch is it goes quick. Like, you need to know when the virtual line queue opens and have your app ready and running, because there have been people that wanted to meet with the Grinch and were right there, but took a little too long, and within
30 seconds,
that queue, the virtual queue, filled right up. So the virtual queue is very, very fun, I guess very helpful. So there isn't, an actual line of people, but you have to be ready because a lot of other people want to get into that queue as well. One of our favorite parts of the app is the mobile food ordering. We like saving time and we enjoy some good food. Universal's utilized mobile food ordering quite a bit more often now than they have previously. As an example, if you want to order your food ahead of time, not stand in lines and wait, you can do that in the app. Let's use Three Broomsticks. You go to Three Broomsticks in Hogsmeade. They let you in after you wait in a little bit of a line, let's be honest. Yeah. And once you get to your table, you're able to place a mobile order, scan the QR code on your table, or if the QR code isn't being friendly, you can enter your table number. And then you have ordered your food, you've paid for your food, and someone then brings your food out to you, all while you're sitting nicely enjoying the ambiance of the Three Broomsticks. Another piece of mobile food ordering that we take advantage of quite regularly is mobile ordering food that's in City Walk when we're leaving the parks. One of our favorite go-tos is Breadbox, where we're leaving the parks and we've placed our mobile food order, and it asks you a question that says, are you here yet? Basically at at Breadbox, and we say yes. Shh.
As we're leaving the park.
We're not quite at Breadbox yet. We're just
Close
leaving. Yeah, we're exiting studios or islands, and we say yes because it takes a minute for people to make Ben's Tots and my sandwich and all of that.
Those tots are amazing.
Yeah. So by the time we get to Breadbox, though, our food is just getting finished. It's fantastic, and one of our little secret hacks that we utilize probably once a trip to go and get some really good food very quickly, and now we haven't stood in line at all.
I'm pretty sure mobile food ordering has saved us hours
Yes.
of waiting in line in the parks.
Yes. Oh, definitely.
If you take one thing from this video, absolutely utilize mobile food ordering. It will save you an astronomical amount of time.
Not every restaurant has mobile food ordering, so you do want to check that out in the app when you download it. Go and look at what options you have to be able to mobile order, because things like obviously Mythos would not have mobile food ordering, but other options throughout City Walk and both the parks do.
Another thing that we like about the app is it will send you push notifications, like wait time alerts. For example, if Velocicoaster is a 120-minute wait, you can go into the Universal Orlando app and set a wait time alert to notify you when it falls below, say, 60 minutes. That way, you're not waiting in line for that 120 minutes to ride Velocicoaster when you could spend additional time riding something with a lower wait time and hop over to Velocicoaster when that wait time is lower.
We definitely utilized that function of the app during some of our first visits when we were brand new to it. It's handy, it definitely is. You also have to be a little cognizant of what wait time is reasonable to have you alerted to. Because if you're entering Hagrid's and it's a 2-hour wait and you want Hagrid's to notify you when it hits 30 minutes,
Not going to.
you're probably never gonna get notified. Crazy things have happened if you got notified. But if you say, oh, Hagrid's is 2 hours and I want it to notify me when it's 90 minutes or 60 minutes, all right, like maybe that's gonna be much more possible. So you kind of gotta play around with that to know what is a reasonable wait time to have it notify you.
We also don't spend a ton of time being tied to our phones because a lot of times
Yeah,
we won't hear our phone go off from the push notifications.
that's
So
true too.
we don't utilize the wait time alerts nearly as often as we used to.
A biggie when it comes to the Universal app is it helps to keep you organized by storing your tickets. Now, I don't know if you've ever gone to Universal when you have your annual pass and you've got your express pass and you've got your HHN ticket and you've got your RIP ticket and you get so many tickets when you go to Universal, depending on what you've signed up for and what you're doing. And we wear lanyards and keep them in our lanyard, but at the same point, what if we lost it?
What if it rained?
What if it rains? What if you have to finicky through your little lanyard thing and find the right ticket because they're not organized in the right way in there because you decided to sign up for 12 different things in 3 days?
It's happened.
It has. And so the nice thing about the app is you can actually upload your ticket onto the app. It scans it for you. It puts it in there digitally. And so that way, more often than not, when we go to the parks, we have them scan our phone when we're checking in for the day or when we're doing a different event and you need that particular ticket because it's right there and you're not gonna lose it. And the last thing we want is that our annual pass gets lost in out and
the
about.
ether.
Yeah. It's just really great that it's all just on your phone for you. It is like one of the very first things we do every single time we get our annual passes or every time we get any new ticket was that we upload it to the app.
One of the final perks about utilizing the Universal Orlando app is seamless pay processing. So you can take a credit card and upload it to the Universal app. So you don't have to bring your entire wallet or purse or whatever you're having your credit cards in. You can just have it on your phone. Whenever you're paying, you can pull up the Universal Pay and it will scan your credit card and you can pay for things via the app.
I'm such a fan of it.
To be fair, it doesn't work in all locations. So a lot of the restaurants in City Walk don't accept the Universal Pay. You'll either have to use a traditional credit card or charge it to the room if you're staying at an on-site hotel.
Yeah. But the Universal Pay option in the app is so handy to be able to have your card connected to it. I can't even begin to count how many times we've bought a couple ginger newts and things in Hogsmeade and I just, let's pay with it right here. And I don't have to worry about bringing a credit card around with me. We do typically carry something around with us just in case Universal Pay decides to not be so friendly. But overall, it has been the go-to for us more often than not. So we've raved about all things Universal app for a bit, but just as there are pros, there are cons too.
Absolutely.
So a couple things that we've noticed with the mobile app that have been less than favorable. One, it can be a little slow at times. The wait times, like you said, they do refresh throughout the day, but every so often the process of that refreshing takes a moment. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes of that app. So every so often, it takes a minute to load, it takes a minute to process something. It's not necessarily that things are out of date, but as apps can be a little finicky, it gets a little slow sometimes. And I think that has to do with the amount of people also utilizing it all at the same time.
The internet at Universal is good. It's not the fastest thing in the world.
Yeah.
And we've noticed, at least with Verizon, the reception around the park is somewhat spotty.
Yeah. I don't know if that's necessarily something that we would knock the app for, being part of the Wi-Fi, but like they go together, it goes hand in hand. Keep that in mind when you're using the app.
Another con for the Universal app is it can be a bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
It takes time to be able to navigate through the app, see what information's there, and be able to quickly navigate to what you want. So we highly, highly recommend taking some time prior to your Universal adventure to get to know the app, just so you can navigate it and not have it be another stressor on your vacation.
Before our very first trip to Universal ever, we both downloaded the Universal app. We both played on the Universal app to get to know it better and find out where do you go for X, Y, and Z. And even then, the first time we were in the parks, we still got a little turned around as far as like utilizing the app. How do we do this? What do we want to do for that? Where do we go? I think after our second trip, I'll say that, after our second trip to Universal and having the app and being in the parks and actually getting our bearings in the parks, after that is when we really felt the most comfortable navigating the app, knowing what we need, how do we want to use it best. It definitely pays off to practice with it ahead of time, but I think that people do best with it, or at least we do, after you've been in the parks and used the app.
Yeah, we definitely didn't use mobile ordering until probably the second time. And we were like, we're never going back to traditional ordering.
I think we were like scared of mobile ordering the first time. We're like, oh, that's just too much. I can't take it all in. Like, we'll just go stand in line. So.
An additional con is that you can't use the Universal Pay at City Walk restaurants. I know we talked about it earlier, but it would be wonderful if there could be some way that you could utilize the app to pay for your meals at City Walk. Let us know. What do you think of the Universal app? What features do you use most often? And what would you like to see updated in the app? If you got anything out of this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and stick around for more Universal content. Thanks for watching.
Woo!
Bye.
Bye. Oh, I missed it. How did I miss it?
One more time.